Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Threshold by Crusader175. I would like to talk about something first. You may or may not know Heliopolis, who is a setter and member of the Sudoku variant community. His son was diagnosed with leukemia last Saturday, and unfortunately, it was very aggressive, and he passed away on Friday. Today is Sunday, September 7th, for those watching this later. I will have a link in the description for a GoFundMe where they are trying to pay for his funeral. He was 11 years old. Very, very sad. So if anyone has even, an extra $5 to help contribute towards that, I think that would be very much appreciated. And so, yeah, with that said, I know it's a heavy thing to start with, but I would like to help support Heliopolis in this very devastating time. And my heart goes out to him and his family. All right. Well, this is the last puzzle of the X Sums theme week, and we are finishing off with another pure X Sum puzzle. So all we have is the X Sum rule. Let's go over those rules in case this is the first video of the week you've watched. We do have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have these clues outside the grid. These are X Sum clues. Let's use this 10 as an example. So whatever digit goes next to the 10, say it was a 3, that is a count, and it's going to count how many cells we're going to use to try to sum to 10. So in this case, it would be 3, and so it includes itself, and it would use these 3 cells, and you'll notice that that means we already have 3 contributed. So we need 7 more, so we could do, for example, 2, 5. So if this was 3, 2, 5, the 3 tells us use 3 digits, and 3 plus 2 plus 5 is 10, so that would be a valid way to fulfill this 10 clue. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, I want to start with the biggest clue, the 17. So a good way to think about big clues is to think about what's not included in the sum. So we know the entire row will sum to 21 because a row has 1 through 6 once each. If you add 1 through 6, you get 21 every time. And so what's missing from the 17? Well, we need 4 more to get to 21. So there are there's a sum of 4 that isn't included. So for example, we could do a 5 here with a 4 here, and that would work. Or we could do a 4 here, and then these would sum to 4 with, say, a 1, 3 in some order, because these would be involved in the sum, and then this would add to 4, getting us to 21. So those are the 2 options. We can have a 4, 5 here, and this could be either the 4 on its own, or it could be a 1, 3. Both are possible, but notice that that does mean that the 4 is always used. Either this is a 4, in which case, yes, the 4 is used, or this is a 5, in which case the outie is a 4 right here. So one of these 2 is a 4, meaning that we can't put a 4 in any of these cells, and I think that might affect our 12 X Sum here. So how do we get to 12? Thinking about the outies isn't going to be super useful for 12. So we can think about it directly. Let's just go from smallest to largest. 1 is only ever a valid X Sum if the clue is a 1, because the 1's just going to count itself, which is 1. 2 would require this to be 10. That's no good. A 3 here would use these 3 to sum to 12, meaning these 2 would sum to 9. That is possible. We could do 4, 5, or 3, 6, but actually 3, 6 doesn't work because the 3 is already used down here. So it would be 3, 4, 5. That's one possibility. Normally we could use 4, but 4 doesn't work now because we know 4 is in one of these 2. And 5 is too big. The minimum sum of 5 cells that can't repeat is 15. 1 through 5 is 15. So we actually do have to put a 3 here. So this cannot actually be a 1, 3 pair. It means that's 5 and that's 4. And now that this is 3, we know these 2 add to 9. And we can't do 3, 6. We have to do 4, 5. And the box tells us the order. Very nice. Now we know that this is 8. What are our outies already? 3, 4, 5 adds to 12. A little trick, mental math trick for you is if it comes up a lot in variant Sudokus, is if you have 3 consecutive digits, if you want to really quickly know the sum, just triple the middle number. So if we triple 4, we get 12. And so what is 21 minus 12? It's 9, meaning that we need one more 1 outside of this 8 clue. So this has to be the 1. And then now the 8 clue is going to use a 2, 6. That's the only way that's going to resolve. Very nice. Okay. So maybe actually thinking about the outies on this would have been a little more helpful than I thought, but oh well. I got it done. We know these are 126. You know, this is 126. Okay, 13 and 10 opposing might be interesting. So we know that those sum to 23, which is too big. So we're going to have an overlap between the two counts. And the overlap is going to be exactly summing to 2. So I think what we have to do is we have to put a 2 in this cell here. So, and then this would be a 4 and this would be a 3. So they'd overlap on that 2, which means that the 2 gets double counted, which explains why it's 23 instead of 21. And I think that's the only way it's going to work with this 1 filled in here. So this is going to be a 4. That adds to 5. So to get from 5, we can't get from 5. Oh, sorry, it uses 4 digits, right? This is a 2. Sorry, I got confused for a second. This adds to 7, so we need a 6 exactly here to get to 13. And then this being a 3, this can be a 5, and that's very close to what my example was for that 10. Anyway, so I think that's how that finishes. That places the 6 in this box. 1, 2 pair. This is a, oh yeah, we need a 2 in the box. That goes here. This is a 3. This is a pair. It's a 1, 3 pair. This is a pair. It is a 4, 5 pair. All right, I think the only exum I haven't done is this 13. So we can think about it, not 1 or 2. If this was a 3, we know it includes this 5. That would add to 8. And to get from 8 to 13, we need a 5 again. That's not going to work, right? 5 plus 5 plus 3. So 3 does not work. So it's going to have to be the 4 because 5 is too big and also used. That's 5 and 4. So these 4 cells add to 13, but these two already sum to 9, meaning these two sum to 4, so they have to be a 1, 3 pair. This 3 tells us the order. All right, and this is 2, 6. We know the order, 2 and 6. That's 1 and 2. That's a 1. Over here we get 1 and 3. Now we just plonk the rest of the digits. We get to get a 3 in the corner, celebrating over there. This is a 3 and a 5. That's 5, that's 3. Up here we get a 4 and a 6. That's 6, that's 4. Over here we get a 2 and a 5. That's 5, that's 2. And this is a 6, this is a 1. All right, a little over 5 minutes. Nice. Cool. Very nice way to wrap up the XSums theme week. Thank you, Crusader. I do have some extras that were made, and so those will get sprinkled throughout the rest of this month as those setters come up again. So look forward to that. So keep XSums in your head for a little bit longer. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know how you did. And if you did enjoy this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.